I've been riding the Kyle Shanahan train since day one, since it started. We pulled out. Right now he's in ATL, but he will be coming to San Francisco. Get your train, get your plane, get your highway, get your Uber. He's coming. He's bringing the family.
I'm looking for a coach personally. He wants to be comfortable, and I don't blame him. He has a family to take care and look for. I want somebody who's hungry to come in there and solidify their own legacy.
Yeah.
Because to be quite frank, he wasn't my number one pick. I won't lie. Now that he said I'm not going to flip on him.
All right.
But my concern was how much of this, what he does, is Belichick, and how much is him.
Are you listening?
Ronbo Sports, representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide. Yeah. And since you are too, why don't we get you involved with your local chapter as well? There's all kind of fun and activities involved with being a member of the NNNoobbbooodddyyy and benefits just for being a 49er fan. Yes, the NNNoobbbooodddyyy. Go check it out for more details. Man, tell you what, it looks like we're about to straighten out the mess that's been created from the last 2 years of absolute mediocrity, stinking, sucking football. We have a coach. No, it's a done deal. I know people are saying, yes. You know what? Here's the thing. If Kyle's, if he was going to say no, he would have said it. Kyle is going to be your coach. You know what's interesting about this? I think that Kyle was always going to be the coach. He's not saying too much, and he never has. Every other coach that was involved went and signed up with other teams right away. Didn't even wait. They knew. There may have been a little jostling going on back and forth between Josh McDaniels and, of course, Kyle. But Josh, he read the writing on the wall too, apparently, a few days ago. And instead of saying anything other than what he did, and I still think that was one of those things that gives you a face-saving exit so it doesn't look bad that you were not chosen. So Josh says, I don't want to leave the East Coast. I've got it good here, and I think I'll just ride it out with the Patriots. Meanwhile, we're not hearing a word from Kyle. That dude's cool, man. I mean, the dude is focused, and he's trying to get to the Super Bowl. I like him for that reason. Strong, silent type. Hope he's not that way with the players, though. He's got to assert himself. And you know what else? It's going to be nice. You go over to 49ers.com. You go to your favorite 49er website for information. There will not be that disturbing photo of Tom Cable, Mr. Plan B. There'll be no Plan B. This is going to make you breathe easier. There's no more anxiety about that. We know it's... Relax, smile. Just let it go. We're on the groove now. It's building into a fairy tale beginning. Can you read the story now in San Francisco or anywhere in the Niner Empire for that matter? As the headline reads, son of legendary 49ers coach comes back. Wait, I gotta do it like The Rock. Finally, the Kyle has come back to San Francisco to lead the Red and Gold Army back to domination, flexing offensive muscle. Wait, let me finish. If you smell what the Kyle is cooking. I do look forward. I'm going to be really goofy between now and then. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking so forward to this. And we deserve this. After 2 years of misery and pain and suffering, we deserve this. And talking about misery, pain, and suffering. Getting some respect from rival fans again means so much to me. They've been all over us for the last 2 years. But did you? I clowned them clowns this past weekend. They lost games. You know their feelings were hurt, boy. I got some content and threw it up on social media. I mean, every time they lost a game, I just stuck a knife in them. I was grinding it all in.
Look at you.
Ronbo, them people gonna be looking for us next season. I'm gonna have to knock a bitch out, 'cause of you. I had to laugh, though.
See?
We ain't gonna get no peace next season. I got your back, Ronbo, but you best look the hell out.
They better look the hell out, because now it's my turn. You know what? Week after week, it was fun and games the first few weeks. But after 6 or 7, 8 weeks, it became personal. And I did not appreciate it. That's why I got... Whoa!
Ronbo, let it go, man. Let it go.
I'm cool. I'm good.
It's all right.
I'm all right. Yeah. All right. You know what? MC's right. Ain't no point in getting mad about it. It's all in the past. Had the little fun, digging at 49er fans, coming over on sites you had no business being on. Nobody invited you. Well, I invited you a couple times, but I invited you just so I can get your butt in there so I can clown you. Hey, let's go be some more of your 49er kin folk right now. Bam! The weekly, the time when we like to talk to folks and see what's going on around the Night Empire regarding our beloved San Francisco 49ers about to return to the playoffs. I know, don't laugh at me. Because you know, hey JT, man, you know what? I know, don't be looking for the 49ers to be jumping into no playoffs. I'm just saying, all right? So you know I'm kidding, right?
Hey, I'm so optimistic right now. That's the message I'm trying to bring to the other 49ers right now. Like, this is the time where we need to just sit back and relax and let him do his thing, because it's nothing we can do about it right now. We are in the opportunity to sit back and wait right now. So all we can do is sit back and wait and get ready to raise our thumb or give him the yay or the nah, one or the other.
JD, we had a development that came out of nowhere. Everybody was making the comparisons between Kyle Shanahan and Josh McDaniels. We think, Kyle, Josh. You got two schools right now. Is it Kyle? Is it Josh? Which side of the fence are you on? Or were you on before we get into what we already got left anyway? So what were you thinking to begin with?
I've been riding the Kyle Shanahan train since day one, since it started. We pulled out. Right now he's in ATL, but he will be coming to San Francisco. Get your train, get your plane, get your highway, get your Uber. He's coming. He's bringing the family. Unlike Josh McDaniels, if the man don't want to come here and worried about family, then he don't need to be our coach. I believe Trey said that. So
he did say that, and see, that's the thing. JT, wouldn't you have just left your family on the East Coast? You know, until I'm gonna get myself established, I'll be flying back and forth. You know, we'll still be together. We got all kind of ways we can communicate. But let me set up shop out here, and we're gonna build our life in San Francisco. What? If you're serious about your career, don't you take that route?
I take that route. You think about it like this: players get traded. Players have to do the same thing to
Yes.
get that money.
Yes.
Coaches have to do it too.
They should.
And you don't hear any other coaches making that same excuse. I believe it was something else. Maybe Jed didn't want to give him that power that he wanted. Maybe he wanted 70% of the power. Maybe Kyle only won 60.
See that?
And 10% is a lot.
See that?
That's a lot of measuring stick.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you, man. What do you think really was the cause behind Jed saying good night, folks? That was a good reasoning right there. And
yeah, I think Jed deserves right now. We shouldn't outly praise him. I think it's good to make him sweat. You know how the girls do when a man do wrong. They don't want to call us. They make us sweat. We run around thinking, man, what I got to do? That's how we got to treat that right now. We got to treat him just like that.
I know.
We got to make him sweat a little bit more.
Agreed. And another thing is, it's like also you mentioned Trez, and referencing Trez, is Josh afraid to leave the comfortable confines of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, who will also probably be in the playoffs for the next 4 years in a row? It's a comfy situation. The man likes a comfort zone. Let him stay in that comfort zone.
Agree. Absolutely, because I'm a personal believer. The AFC isn't that strong. They're pass happy. There's not too many hard hitters out there. Just very few teams out there built like an NFC team. But in the NFC, we got dogs out here. We got killers out here. And like you said on the radio, you know, he ain't ready for this. He in the suburbs. We a little rougher out here.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny, JD? Earl Thomas. Ain't no way I'm a Hawks fan, but I have to give Earl props on that statement he made. He said Tom Brady wouldn't be doing nearly as good if he was playing in any other division outside of the AFC North. And I had to laugh. I said, but Earl, you had him in the Super Bowl, and what happened? They beat if they beat the Patriots up last time, they seen them, but still, you had him on the big stage. So I don't know about all that softness, but still, it's a good point, and you just made it. As a matter of fact, Miami does a job on it, but look at how Miami's structured. Miami's hardcore defense, man. They play hard defense. So there you go. Right on target.
I believe in defense first. You know, I'm a Jersey boy like Tito, my defensive coordinator. We believe in defensive first over here, you know, because if you talk to Tito long enough, he'll tell you about the mafia. When you do something bad, the first thing you set up is defense. You got to get you a defensive lawyer, a defensive guy to take a rap. Everything is defense. When you're the bad guy, you need defense. So I think it's defense.
I didn't know you know Tito. That's awesome.
Oh, no, I don't know Tito. I know him from the show, but I take pride in seeing another Jersey boy up here on your show.
We need to add some players to this team. Start with free agencies coming up really soon. JT, who are you shopping for your big impact boys to come in and make a difference in San Francisco?
Like I said earlier, I'm so pro Kyle Shanahan. I even did some research, looked up the way they practice and how they practice, and looking at defensive coordinators, which is another thing. I know people have been looking out for some, and I believe the best coordinator available is to go with the number one ranked point scored a game. Yeah, has to go with the Texans defensive coordinator Romeo Crennel to go with Kyle Shanahan. And I think we could get possibly make a simple trade for Whitney Merciless if we bring him in, but as a pass rusher. But I got everything. Every free agent I looked up is connected to either Romeo Crennel and Kyle Shanahan, and Shanahan has at least 35% of free agents that he has coached in the past, and Crennel on the defensive side of the ball has 55% of defensive players. So think about it. Dontari Poe. Crennel came from the Chiefs. Eric Berry came from the Chiefs. Romeo Crennel came from the Chiefs. Crennel went to Houston. He went to Texans. His contract come up. They want him back. He's available, and nobody picked him up yet. Why is that? Because Shanahan got him in the pocket. Shanahan and Crennel, because Shanahan just gonna worry about offense. He gonna give Crennel the keys and let him run the city. But to answer the question, you know, I got my research right here. I got my pad.
Check it.
You know, you're gonna like this. Yeah, yo, Michael Floyd, Terrell Pryor, Josh Gordon, Pierre Garçon. These are wide receivers from Cleveland and the Browns. Yeah. And pass rushers, Chandler Jones, Jamie Collison. Crennel also grew up in the Belichick camp. Collins and Jones are from the Patriots. DeMarcus Ware, Stephen Gilmore from the Bills. AJ Boone, these are cornerbacks. Eric Berry. You already know about Dontari Poe. Other than that, you got some non-notable name guys from Atlanta, like the fullback Patrick DeMarco, Eric Weems, special teams return man. The one I really want, the two guys I want is Eric Weems, the return man. Yeah. Cornerback Robert Alford. Yeah. I think he's a second round pick. And their third round pick the same year, LeVay Tavito, the tight end. Yeah. The one that shoved Chancellor down when he finally did catch the ball. He's their version of Vance McDonald, but with bigger size.
Yeah. Oh, and with bigger size than Vance? Lord have mercy.
Toledo is 6'8", 260.
Oh, that's
6'8", 260.
That's Gronk. Vance is a little heavier still. But still, that's a lot of size.
I can tell you this right now about Shanahan. After watching the way he practiced, and another thing, the name of the video was Shanahan, teams who have to defend our deep ball. He talks about his belief in the offensive line, moving side to side, and why he prefers to run the zone read scheme. And then he also talked about the importance of a tight end being able to run. He loves explosive tight ends. We don't have that on the roster. It's maybe one or two semi-explosive free agents, but I believe in the draft. Look out for Evan Ingram because of the speed. He's Vernon Davis plus. He got slightly better hands. Evan Ingram from Ole Miss, and then O.J. Howard, either late in the first round or in the second round. Those are my top two tight ends right there.
JT came ready today. I'm telling JT. I want you sitting in the big room, man, when it come time to draft. When it come time to make them phone calls, man. Got to give me the holler, man. Give me the big scream on 3, 2, 1.
No, Niners! Let's go all day, baby.
That boy got some dog in him. I like that. Niner fam, the news is busting. I'm marking it. We're going to talk about some of the madness that's going on right now. It's fun being a 49er right now, man, because we're sitting there watching everybody else already pick their coaches out and everything. The only thing we're waiting on now is free agency and draft day and that stuff. But 49ers got crazy drama going on before that. Mark, what's up?
What's going on, Ronbo?
I just feel Mark in. Man, the thing is about Phillip Rivers, it may or may not be verified at some point, but we already know McDaniels said goodbye. We also know that Kyle Shanahan, he's not saying a damn thing ever about nothing.
Right.
Does that make you wonder what's going on with Kyle?
Yeah, it makes me wonder, man. He's gonna drive his price up too after McDaniel dropped out. So look for that.
Oh,
so
I
he
hadn't thought
knows
about
he got
that
this right now.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, I started to get ready for this show, man, and I didn't know McDaniel dropped out till like noon or around that afternoon
right?
time. Yeah, and I was like, what? So it's crazy, man. I just think, Balky still has his fingerprints left in us, and it's an effect because I just don't think the dude trusts us right now to move his family out to the Bay and not know whether he's going to have a job or not. He says, oh, they presented well and everything, but obviously it wasn't well enough, so...
You mentioned Balky. Maybe Trent called him. Can you imagine? What if Trent was a very vindictive individual and he calls out there and tells the man, if I were you, I'd stay away from the 49ers situation. But then again, if Trent called me and I was in line for that job, Trent, man, why you want to hate? First thing I'd say. So.
Yeah, because I look at it like this, too, with McDaniel. You saying you don't know or, you want to make sure you have some stability in the job. At the same time, do you have any confidence in yourself? So, I kind of feel that way, too. Well, if you're not ready to step into it and you're not confident you can do this, then maybe, yeah, okay, cool. We can stop and say no more. I get it. So I'm not mad at him. I like what he said about, our owner, Jay York and everything else. At least we can see maybe some outside, personnel or someone from the outside saying that he's at least presenting well, so we know that as a fan. Yeah. But, it is what it is.
Yeah, right. And which is fine because we're finding out now because you didn't want him to move all the way into the San Francisco area. And then 3 weeks into the season, this was not a good idea. I'm going to have to pull up here, guys. But then again, that would have killed his reputation forever. But his man Belichick would have always been there waiting for him, I'm sure, though. So, and that's what he can rest on. He doesn't have to worry about a thing. That team is built to win for the next, how many years would you say? 3, 4 years, maybe?
Right, exactly. Yeah. But the thing is, like I said, I'm looking for a coach personally. He wants to be comfortable, and I don't blame him. He has a family to take care and look for. I want somebody who's hungry to come in there and solidify their own legacy. Yeah. Because to be quite frank, he wasn't my number one pick. I won't lie. Now that you said I'm not going to flip on him.
All right.
But my concern was how much of what he does is Belichick and how much is him. And that was my major concern. Where Kyle Shanahan, I kind of always felt like
he's his own man.
Feel comfortable. Yeah, I feel comfortable knowing that he's calling the plays, and because they just fired their coach has only been there 2 years.
Yeah. From Seattle. Yeah, 2 years ago he left Seattle, and and he has no offensive. He is not offensive. His capacity is all defense. That's what he does. Mm-hmm. So what you see Kyle doing, it's all about Kyle,
Right.
And like McDaniels, he's still got a lot of Belichick's influence on him, which could have worked actually as a positive for us at San Francisco, though.
Yeah, it could have.
But still, he doesn't want to go. So, you want somebody that wants to be there, and they're going to be able to do it 100%, which is a little more what we want to see in our head coach.
Right.
See, now I'm gonna make. You know what? Now I want to make you the general manager, Mark, because this is killing everybody right now, man. The question of what do you do with that number 2 overall pick? Mark, if we go out in the streets of San Francisco or anywhere Niner fans are, and we ask 100 people, you're gonna get about 45 answers that are, there's gonna be most of them are gonna be different. But it is hilarious now. Nobody knows because I think people are afraid of that number 2 pick. What is going to be your choice as a number 2 pick? You're traded down. You're gonna keep it and pick out somebody you want. What are you gonna do with that?
It's all going to depend on what we do between now and then. If we pick up a quarterback, it might change. I might go with a receiver because I really want to address the offense of needs. We really need to get somebody in there at the quarterback position, and we need to get some firepower at receiver.
Yeah.
So as of right now, I'm going Mitch Trubisky. I've said it on the show. I'm going to stick with it. And I consider Deshaun Watson. I consider Deshaun Watson because of his play in the championship game. I really wasn't even considering, but I said, he's a winner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. Vince Young was a winner too. So, I don't know about. I was kind of flaky, iffy on Deshaun Watson, but after that game, I consider him. Now, if we get a quarterback situation in place where we got a solid starter like a Phillip Rivers, I'm going wide receiver, and I'm probably taking Mike Williams out of Clemson. For wide receiver, I'm going offense.
It sounds like offense to me, yeah.
Yeah. So that's because I think the defense that we have, basically what I'm looking at is free agency. We cannot find a quarterback in the free agency, so I want to address that in the draft. I don't think we're going to find a franchise quarterback in free agency, but I think we can get some key pieces because I think we got defensive players that are key pieces now. But if we found a couple more role players, I think we could fill in on the defensive side and do our thing.
I like that idea because and I got to feel it, from what I'm reading, it seems like the 49ers are going in that direction anyway. They're looking to build. The defense only needs 3 or 4 pieces anyway.
Right. And that's how I feel.
Yeah, and it looks that way anyway. You look at our defense and look at all the players on it, young developing players that are in their 2nd and 3rd year. They're actually ready to be let loose now and go ahead and go for it. So should be.
You get Bowman back, you get Armstrong back. You get a couple key pieces back from injury, and then you know what I'm saying, maybe you pull a couple free agents in. Let's go get Campbell from Arizona. That's where I'm at. So if we can just finagle a couple pieces on defense, I think we're good. But that quarterback is key. We need a quarterback.
It's such a God. I mean, even when you think outside of whatever you think else is going on, you keep asking yourself, what are they gonna do about the quarterback?
Right.
Because the quarterback.
So I would trade down if we go if we don't get a quarterback, I would trade down to get a wide receiver. I think we could trade down 5 or 6 somewhere to get a wide receiver.
I gotta say though, Mark, I got a feeling the Browns are playing games because they want to fish somebody in. They're making Myles Garrett see. Oh man, we think Myles Garrett is the greatest player of all time, and they're trying to feel those phone calls. All right, we understand how you feel about Myles Garrett. What's it gonna take?
Right.
What's it gonna take? And then of course, mission accomplished, right?
But is somebody going to take it? I don't know, man. I mean, you seen it last year. Somebody jump up and grab number 2. LA. Didn't they grab number 2?
No, LA went for 1. LA traded all the way to number 1, and the Eagles got the number 2 trade.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, you'll see it. Somebody might take the bait. We'll see. But it's just iffy trying to get a quarterback in the draft. And some people say it's whatever percentage is low, but at the same time, you got to take the shot. To me, I can't play a numbers game with us no more, man. I'm tired of the tricks and all that. I just want to go straight forward and get the guy we need.
Thing is, Mark, when you look back on it, and this is just a quick thing with the memory, when's the last time a number, and I guess Jameis Winston, I would consider him good. Mariota, good. But when your best quarterbacks, when was the last time it was the number 1 overall pick or even number 2? Normally, it seems that goes to the weirdest 3, 4, and Brady down at 6. It's just crazy,
right? Yeah. I mean, Cam Newton was probably one of the last.
Newton. Yeah, Newton was. Yeah, he was there. Okay.
Panned out.
Cam.
That's the only one I could. That's all. And who else went with him? Wasn't it Luck went with him?
Andrew Luck. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe
after that, that's it. But
gap.
It was known then. Yeah. When we went to the draft, everybody was already screaming Luck. Everybody was already screaming Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Right now, we really don't know what quarterback
is going to be able to do what.
Yeah. So, but I think when we get to the combine, the press is going to pump somebody up. Yeah. I think Mitch Trubisky is going to be that guy. I really think he's going to be the press's guy who they pump up to be,
You're right.
All his accuracy, his arm accuracy.
Because Carson Wentz was not a big deal until about a month going into draft day. He was considered good, but he was at the wrong school, and they made all these other negatives about him. So, yeah, you're right. Who is it
all
going
that's
to be?
about is them. Is the press wanting to, whatever guy
Manipulate?
saying,
Press.
yeah, or when somebody does make it, I called it out. I said he was going to be. So they got to find somebody and make him
The golden
whatever.
boy. All right,
Yeah.
that's what it's going to be. Give me that holla mark. 3,
All right.
2, 1.
Niners.
You're going to be able to do that for real soon, I'm telling you, man.
Exactly. What I'm saying.
Thank you, JT. Mark, it was my pleasure, fam, and meeting you. Well, hey, we ain't through talking yet. It's off season. We got all kinds of things to talk about. So I'll be getting back to you shortly. Oh, let me suggest, too, if you're the sports freak like most of us are, check out Ultimate Sports Talk. News and opinions. And I'm talking about any of your favorite sports. The articles are endless. You'll love it. Internet, sports talk, radio, Ultimate Sports Talk. Search it and find your favorite sport and check it. Had a dude ask me, hey, they got women's beach volleyball? Man, you know what? If I tell you yes, then that means I already know. I am not going to incriminate myself. You want to know about that? You search it yourself, freak. Sick. We will be getting together this weekend. Hey, I'm not going to be in your face at your place, all right? Because first of all, I do not hate either team playing this week. So I go get in there and clown them and, make fun of them. Just not. I mean, I have an idea who's going to win. In fact, I don't mind sharing that with you. I think Atlanta's going to win that game. And that's be the fun thing. We're going to sit there and we're going to watch our future coach win this game. And right afterward, let's get together for the fan gathering and huddle up and talk about all the fun stuff we can talk about in the future. Remember this time last year? It was not fun. We were just thinking about, oh man, what's going to happen next? We didn't know what kind of players we're going to have coming in the season. We didn't know anything other than we were going to get killed again. Well, some of us, like, I know. I was talking about 10-6. You can throw that in my face if you want to. I'll be looking for you Sunday. Please hit like, share, and please subscribe. And you'll get your shot at me this weekend.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Niners!